What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video, I got some more Madden 21 news for you guys. Yep, EA just kind of out of nowhere dropped a new gameplay trailer. Wasn't expecting it, but they did give us a little bit more gameplay footage, some actual in-game footage that's not too highly edited, which is cool. And they touched a little bit deeper on some of the new things that they have added to the game, or the new mechanics and how they work. Now, on Thursday, June 25th, is when we're going to get the deep dive stream from Clint himself. Now, to me, in my opinion, that is the more important day, because we're going to learn a lot more about the gameplay on that day. We're going to learn not just the marketing shiny features that they're kind of promoting, but things that they've fixed, what they've done to address some of the issues that have been long problems in the game, and things like that. To me, that's a more important day. So make sure, if you don't want to miss that info that I'm going to be dropping for you guys after the stream, make sure you subscribe, turn the bell icon on so you do not miss those important uploads. Alright, so what you want to do, you got a red button. You want to click the red button. Takes like 2 seconds. Then you got the bell icon right next to it. Another second. Click that button. And voila, you never miss an upload. It's like the greatest invention in YouTube history. So take advantage of it. Alright, so what I have for you guys today is the new trailer. It's about a 3-minute trailer. It's a little bit more in depth than the other trailers we've seen, so I'm going to play that for you guys right now, let you kind of take it all in, and then I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to just talk on my opinions on some of these things, and, just tell you, what part of this is good, what part of it is like, it's just kind of marketing, and this ain't really going to be that big of a deal. So I'm going to shut up. Here's the trailer.
Our goal in Madden 21 is to deliver complete control to our players on both sides of the ball. As the rising generation of stars change the game every single week, we're changing with them, and this all starts at the line of scrimmage. The pass rush can control a modern NFL game, and we're introducing all new defensive line mechanics to make playing as a pass rusher both more responsive and more fun to play, and it all starts with control. All pass rush moves are now on the right stick and triggers, which allows you to perform the exact move you want every time. The on-field trainer will bring more player feedback to the battle as well. You'll see how many moves or attempts you have on any given play, and will get a clear feedback if the move was successful or not. The new pass rush system in Madden 21 means playing D-line isn't just for the newcomers anymore. It introduces a whole new strategy at the line of scrimmage built for all Madden players. Control on the offensive side of the ball is also getting an overhaul in Madden 21 with the skill stick ball carrier system. Like the superstars of this generation, we wanted to bring a new level of creativity and control to the field for our players to take advantage of. The right stick acts as your main control point between you, the defender, and the open field, and all the moves can be linked together to create exciting skill moves at any moment. There are 2 new moves that the skill stick has unlocked: the side hurdle, or jertle, and the dead leg. These are more representative of the moves we're seeing from today's top ball carriers, and they can be linked together with the traditional jukes and spins to create endless combinations. Specific animations will only be available to certain archetypes to ensure that only the best ball carriers in the league are breaking ankles on the way to the end zone. To slow down the run this year, new breakdown tackling controls will help bring the elite ball carriers to a halt, balancing out the run game on defense. There's 2 major changes to see here. The first being a much more authentic representation of how the defenders get into position to make the play. You'll see defenders, both user and AI controlled, break down like they would in the real world and prepare for contact. This eliminates the guided missile feeling to some tackling, as well as the more jarring tackle moments we may have seen previously. Well-timed breakdown tackles will give defenders better control and a much higher chance of successfully tackling the oncoming player, giving up less broken tackles. Like any play, timing is key, and a mismatched tackle can still let the runner slip by. Outside of all the new control players will have in Madden 21, some of the biggest updates we'll see is in the overall authenticity and presentation of each game, eliminating immersion breakers, making gameplay more authentic and realistic. You'll see players keeping their momentum as they run out of bounds, reaching for extra effort first downs, and diving for end zone pylons, making those key moments even more authentic. This also extends to the quarterback position, as all new physics-based animations will create more authentic moments when throwing under pressure and when being hit. These are contextual moments where the positioning of the defender, the QB's arm angle, and the target of the pass will all contribute to the outcome of the throw. In the moments after the play is stopped, we've overhauled the player avoidance system, making all players on the field more aware of each other and their surroundings, giving a much-needed facelift to the actions between the downs. At the same time, when the play is stopped, who doesn't love a good celebration to rub a great play into your opponent's face? We've opened up plenty of new opportunities for user-controlled celebration and reactions throughout every game, giving you total control over how your players react after more game-changing plays. Welcome to Madden 21. Get ready to go all out starting on August 28th.
Alright guys, so as you can see, decent trailer, right? A little bit better than what we've gotten so far because, number one, we actually see some real gameplay clips in this, some actual, footage of what you will see when you're playing the game, which is always nice to see. Still looks very much like Madden 20. I said this when we got the first reveal. I said, hey, this is the first year that I really truly agree. I think Madden 21 on current gen really just looks like Madden 20 with a couple of new things added to it, right? They redid the ball carrier system. They redid the tackle system to make it a little bit better. Not that I think it's bad that they're trying to make the tackling and the ball carrying better, right? But it's not something that's moving the needle in a great way, at least on looks, right? It looks the same. X factors and abilities are still going to be a big thing this year. And, you know, like the updated face of the franchise. So if you're into that, that's cool. But it really does look like it's just Madden 20.2 or Madden 20.1, however you want to look at it. Now, the next gen version, we know that that's going to have some more like attention to detail things, at least from what EA has said. You know, that there's going to be more attention to detail and stuff like that there. But I would assume the next gen version, feature-wise, is going to pretty much be the same as current gen. Like I said, with just a little more attention to detail, looks better and things like that, but we'll find out more about that as we get closer to those next-gen consoles getting released. Now, in this trailer, you know, we're still seeing bad pursuit, right? It's still a thing. I'm seeing it. There's a couple plays where guys are just like, they're still getting sucked into animations, and look, I've accepted that is Madden now. That is the game. Those animations are going to be there. I don't like them. Obviously, you need animations to an extent to have a sports game, but the two-man animations are something that a lot of us don't like because it feels like it takes control away from us. But on the other end, they're marketing all-out control this year. So what I'm really curious to see when I can get my actual hands, when I get my paws on the game, is, okay, I expect the computer to get sucked into two-man animations, right? If you're going to juke the computer, you're going to fake the computer out. But what they're talking about, the breakdown tackling and all of this, what I want to know is if I'm clicked on the defender, I should never get sucked into an animation. And this year, when they made an update to 20, they made that better, to where the user defender would not get faked out. It still happened sometimes, but it didn't happen as much as it was at the beginning of the year. So I'm hoping going into 21, that part remains true, because the breakdown tackling thing, in my opinion, is something that has always really been in the game, but it's been more of a learned skill to do it. Whereas now it looks like they're kind of making that more of a feature, and I'll tell you what I mean by this. So most good players in Madden this year, especially with how good the run is, that's what they would do. They would try to break down and do the conservative tackle, because if you went for the hit stick, you had a really high chance of missing. The hit stick window was really small this year, and if you tried to do, if you didn't have the right angle, you weren't going to make a tackle either. So you really you had to try to break down strafe in front of the ball carrier and go for a conservative tackle. And if you had a tackling ability, you were pretty safe to make the tackle. If you didn't have a tackling ability, it was kind of up to God. Like, hey, I don't know what's going to happen here. He's going to fake me out or I might get the tackle, but I don't know. It looks like what they've done now is they've probably made it a little bit easier to do a breakdown tackle. Maybe they actually added animations for breakdown tackling to make it a little bit easier for everybody to break down tackle. That is my opinion. I don't know because I haven't played the game, but that's what it looks like to me. But I don't think that's a bad thing, and I do like how they use some real life clips in there to show, hey, this is how defenders tackle some of these tough ball carriers sometimes. They know that, the ball carrier's already got his yards, but the plan here is let's not let him get any more yards. Let's make the safe tackle. Let's get him down. And in Madden, that has been something that probably wasn't as easy for everybody to do. So I'm curious to see how this all plays out, because tackling is one of those areas of Madden that needed the most work in my opinion, but another area was those pursuit angles, and they still look to be pretty bad, and the two-man animations still seem to be running wild. But like I said, I've kind of accepted that the two-man animations are here to stay. It doesn't look like EA is getting rid of them, so as the user, it looks like maybe a little more incentive to click on and make those plays yourself, and you won't get pulled into those two-man animations. But if I click on as the user and I still get pulled into them, that's not all-out control, EA. That's a problem. So that's one thing I'm going to be watching for when I get the game. I do like that they touched on the dead leg and the side hurdle. Obviously, those are two new moves. But what I really like about the dead leg is, and I think they even mentioned it in the trailer, that's more of a realistic move that you see nowadays. The current juke that's in the game, you don't really see too many players juke like that anymore, right? The dead leg is more of how you see a traditional player juke. So I'm excited to see that move in the game, but I will say, looks kind of glitchy. That looks like a move that's going to really produce a lot of fake outs. So again, the all-out control, if you're selling this to me, if I'm on the offense, I better have all-out control. But if I click on that defender and I go for the you know, for the strafe tackle, or, you know, just I forgot what they called it already, but where you kind of just stand in front of them and you're trying to just make the safe tackle, I should be able to do that and prevent the dead leg. And that's what they're saying in the trailer. The way to counter the run game now is by making those safe tackles. So we're going to see how that all plays out, because they've said stuff like that in the past, and then we get the game and everybody's diving on the ground and getting faked out, and we're like, we have no control. I need my control. Now, they touched on the pass rush moves. Obviously, we used to have pass rush moves on the stick. At one point, they brought it back. I like that they have the feedback on the screen. That looks cool. I don't think user rushing is going to be a big deal for, like, people that are really trying to play competitively, but who knows? Maybe the crap's going to be overpowered and actually beneficial. But for people that actually like to use the D-line, I guess, hey, EA threw you guys a bone, and now you actually can maybe learn a skill there and become a good user pass rusher, because of the fact that now you have a little bit more control of how you set up your pass rush. So, I mean, we'll see how that works out. Now, the user-controlled celebrations, now I've already said, most of us don't care about that. That's kind of just like, that's for the kids, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like celebrating when I score a touchdown. I want you to watch me celebrate, because I just put points on your head. But at the end of the day, that's not really moving the needle in terms of a quality game. But I'll say I like the fact that now you can choose to celebrate after a first down, to celebrate after a sack. I don't think that's a bad thing for the game. I think there's a fun element. Hey, I just put you on your back. I'm about to show off. I like that. I just don't think, to me, that is something that should be a big marketed thing. I feel like that should just be extra. Like, hey, you know, you can do this now too. But I feel like the fact that they're pushing that as one of the big features, to me, that's what people take issue with, because, hey, there's so many other big things that we would like to be pushed as a big feature that aren't there. So I get that, but I will say, I guess that's how it's different now. We've obviously had user celebrations and touchdowns for the last 2 years, but now you can do them after every sack, after every big play, first down. So, I mean, yeah, I guess that's cool. I'll use it. I just don't think that's really moving the needle of making a quality game, but that's my opinion. But that's it for today. That's what we learned. Again, in 2 days, we're going to get the actual deep dive. We're going to find out a whole lot more, probably what abilities are in the game, what things were fixed about the game, the smaller details that they don't look at as marketing material that they're not going to put in a trailer. Really, a lot of that stuff, like I said, the most important stuff. So make sure you are subscribed, bell icon on, so you do not miss that, because that is really going to be the video that for a lot of you will determine whether you buy the game or don't buy it, because what you hear in that stream is going to be the most important news, in my opinion. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you guys next time.